prior to this game, the Denver Nuggets had defeated the Lakers 13 out of 14 times previously. I don't know if they include the playoffs or it was just regular season, but either way, it's pretty brutal. The Lakers' record against the Nuggets these last few years, it's been pretty bad. I haven't seen a team that has had this stretch of dominance against the Lakers in a long, long, long time, to be honest. The last time I can recall a stretch where a team was owning the Lakers during the regular season and the playoffs was the late 90s. And that was the Utah Jazz that had Karl Malone and John Stockton. I remember those teams owning the Lakers during that time period. I was in high school and I enjoyed those games, even though I wasn't a fan of the Jazz. I've always disliked the Lakers. I guess it's just in my blood for some reason. I don't like them. But I've never liked the Lakers. And those games were a lot of fun watching growing up, seeing how Stockton and Malone would just run the pick and roll on them, and they couldn't do anything to stop them, despite having a much more athletic team and having a young Shaq, Eldon Campbell, Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, Kobe Bryant. To me, it was always amazing to see the ownership those Jazz teams had of the Lakers. Just they would own them during the regular season and the playoffs. It got so bad that one year they swept them during the playoffs, which was 1998. And this reminds me of that. Just the Nuggets have been owning the Lakers ever since the 2020 playoffs, in which the Lakers had beaten them in 5 games. I think the series is a lot closer than people can remember. Just one game they lost on an Anthony Davis buzzer beater, which they could have won that game. Just they were unfortunate to lose that. And I think they lost another close game in that series. So that was a learning experience for the Nuggets back then. And they were very salty about losing that series, and rightfully so. But they directed their anger in a positive way by exacting revenge on the Lakers for the next 4 years. It's been like a complete ownership. Just they have let the Lakers know that they own them, and Jokic is the Lakers' father. He just completely shits on them every time he plays them. And I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy seeing it. I'm here for this, as they would say. Just Jokic is just completely annihilating the Lakers like every chance he gets, and this game was no different. He had 34 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. This was a lot of fun to watch. And on top of that, to add insult to injury, the Nuggets didn't even have Aaron Gordon in this game, so they were short. And they still exacted this ass whooping on the Lakers. It was just incredible. This was a fun game, like I said. And it was interesting because the Lakers at one point in the first half, I believe, were up by 10 points on the Nuggets. But even when they were up by 10, you kind of felt that the Nuggets were still going to win this game, that they were going to find a way to do it. And that's exactly what happened. Starting the second half, they completely just dominated, just stepped on their throats like they were just a bunch of nobodies out there. Just that's how they treated them. And there were some moments of the game where I enjoyed seeing Russell Westbrook and get some revenge on them. That was the interesting part of this game. The moment Westbrook entered this game, he was booed by the fans. They gave him a great round of boos, and I don't think that was even right, to be honest. And I don't even like Russell Westbrook. I have never been a fan of Westbrook. I've always viewed him as out of control, just kind of like a Tasmanian devil, just never been able to really play organized basketball. He's just so wild and out of control and makes dumb decisions. But I still thought it was wrong because I thought Russell Westbrook was unfairly made as a scapegoat for the Lakers' failures a few years ago when he was with the Lakers. It wasn't his fault why they failed, just to be honest. It always goes back to LeBron and the way he set up that team to fail. To be truthful, he was the reason why they failed a few years ago, and not Westbrook. Westbrook is just a complimentary piece, but LeBron used him as a scapegoat for his failures. I felt back then, and it wasn't right. And I do enjoy people getting back at others when they've been unfairly scapegoated. I always think that's wrong, and I did enjoy Westbrook having his moments in this game. There's this one moment where he had a tip dunk where I forget who missed it, but he came out of nowhere and just slammed the ball right in there, and then he just celebrated, swinging his arms back and forth, taunting the crowd. I did enjoy seeing that moment. That was hysterical. And then there was this one moment in the final, I think 2, 3 minutes of the game, where he hit a three and he points to the crowd, taunted them again, and I loved seeing that. I enjoyed that. That was pretty hysterical. Just I was actually happy for Westbrook that he got to have those moments against them. Just rightfully so. These fans don't want to see the truth, about that situation, which was that was all LeBron for their failures when Westbrook was there. He didn't find a way to implement him into the system for them to succeed, to be honest. That's the way I've always viewed that. But that was great to see. And the Lakers, really, to me, I feel they're a fool's gold team. I don't trust that they're legit. Granted, they do have a better record than what I thought they would have to start out the season. They're right now in number fourth place in the West after this loss, but I don't know if they'll maintain. I don't think they can maintain it for the rest of the season, that they're going to be a top four team. I know they're high on this young rookie named Dalton Connect. He's a great shooter. I'll give him that you cannot leave this guy open, but that's pretty much his game, is just being a spot up shooter from what I saw in this game tonight. Just if you hone in on him, if defenses pay more attention to him, then it's harder for him to get easy shots. Just he's a spot up shooter, strictly that. That's his skill set, and he's found his niche. But I don't think he's going to be able to continue to go on the tier he's going on once defenses adjust, just like how the Nuggets adjusted to him tonight. They were not willing to give him easy shots, easy looks at the basket, and he didn't shoot well at all. So I think that was part of the reason why the Lakers have been able to sneak in a few extra wins than they normally do, but teams will adjust to him eventually. And Anthony Davis played terrible tonight, 6 of 19 shooting. LeBron took 17 shots, shot poorly tonight, so that also played a huge role in them losing this game. And it'll be interesting how they bounce back from this. Let's see who the Lakers play next. They play the Phoenix Suns. I think that's a game they could possibly win, considering that there's a high chance that Durant and Bradley Beal might not play in this game. So if those two don't play, they should be able to get that win. If not, then it'll be a very competitive game. So I'm hoping those two return so the Lakers get challenged. But I think the Lakers are a fool's gold team, and this will show up later on throughout the season or in the next month or two when they start to struggle even more when teams adjust to their schemes and to Coach JJ Redick. God, it's so weird to call him a coach. I still don't respect this guy, but that's pretty much all I had to say about this game.